What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Read Aloud by Coach T. Today I'll be reading Who's Responsible by Disney The Lion King.
Simba was far from home when he met Timon and Pumbaa. "You okay, kid?" Timon asked. "I guess so," Simba said with a sigh. Timon and Pumbaa could tell the cub was lost, tired, and sad. They invited Simba to join them. Timon and Pumbaa liked the easy life. No problems, no responsibilities. And they had a motto that summed up their attitude. Hakuna Matata. "Repeat after me," Timon said. "Hakuna Matata." "It means no worries," Pumbaa explained. When his new friends took him to their jungle home, Simba was amazed by its beauty. "You live here?" he asked, impressed. "We live wherever we want," Timon said. Simba liked his new friend's carefree way of living. They didn't care about where he was from or why he ran away. And that was just fine with Simba. It didn't take Simba long to fall into Timon and Pumbaa's Hakuna Matata lifestyle. He loved being free to run around and play all day. There was no one to tell him, do this or do that. Life with Timon and Pumbaa was fun. When Simba and his new friends came across a big mud puddle, Simba was the first to jump in. "This is great," he shouted. He could get as muddy as he wanted and didn't have to take a bath. No worries. Pumbaa jumped in too, splattering mud everywhere. Splash, 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 splash. "Whoa, nice one, Pumbaa," Timon said, laughing. After a full day of playing in the mud, eating bugs, and living like Timon and Pumbaa, it was time for bed. While Pumbaa slept, Simba and Timon stayed up, telling jokes and funny stories. Then Timon stood up and yawned. "Well, that's it for me, kid," he said, climbing into his hammock. "I'm beat. Good night." Within moments, he was fast asleep. Pumbaa and Timon snored loudly. Simba was having so much fun trying to catch fireflies, he didn't mind that his friends had fallen asleep. Simba was too excited to go to bed. The jungle looked and sounded so different at night. It felt magical, and he wanted to be a part of it. Besides, he was sure he'd be fine in the morning, no matter how late he stayed awake. The sleepy cub chased fireflies and watched the moon and the stars. He had fun meeting animals who stayed awake at night and slept during the day. At last, he stumbled home and fell asleep. The next morning, Timon and Pumbaa tapped Simba on the shoulder to wake him up. The lion groaned. Timon and Pumbaa wanted to go to the water hole, and Simba was grumpy. The water hole was a great place to meet friends, but all the other animals kept their distance from Simba. "I hate to say this, kid, but you need a bath," Timon blurted out. "What do you mean?" asked Simba. "I know a lot about this," Pumbaa said. "And the fact is, Simba, you stink." "No way," Simba insisted. "I don't smell a thing." "But we do, kid. Take a look," Timon said, pointing at the other animals. "No one is standing downwind." Simba ran off upset. Hakuna Matata was supposed to mean no worries and no responsibilities. It wasn't supposed to be about when to take a bath or to go to bed or eat dinner. When they left the water hole, Simba seemed very sad. "I feel like I don't fit in here," he said. "We understand about not fitting in," said Pumbaa in a kind voice. "Sorry, kid," Timon added. "That's not what we wanted to happen." "No, it's not," said Pumbaa. "Before you came here, somebody probably told you what to do all day long. Now you got to do that for yourself," Timon continued. Suddenly, Pumbaa had an idea. "Hey, we can help you learn about responsibility by being responsible ourselves." It sounded good to Simba. "Can we give it a try?" Simba asked. Timon looked at his friends and agreed. Timon and Pumbaa took Simba to one of their favorite places for a bath. Simba splashed for a bit and then washed off the grime. "It does feel good to get all of that dirt off of me," he admitted. "You'll smell better too," Timon said. Pumbaa's stomach rumbled. "And taking a bath makes you hungry." "Well, come on then," Timon said. "Let's eat." The friends went to a place where several trees had fallen. Simba began trailing a plump beetle. "Simba, I know you're still new at this," Timon began, "but we need lots of bugs, not just one." "I know," Simba replied. "I'm just following a hunch." "Pretty sure that's a beetle," joked Timon. When the beetle scurried under a rotten log, Simba and Pumbaa worked together to break it open. "Look at that," gasped Timon. "A big, beautiful buffet." After dinner, Timon made a bag out of a leaf. He explained, I'm going to save some bugs so we'll have something to snack on later. Great idea, said Pumbaa. Working together to make sure there was enough food meant no one would go hungry. Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba found a nice place to lie down and go to sleep for the night. Timon was fidgety and couldn't seem to get comfortable. I need some water, he said. Then after lying back down, he said, still thirsty. After a few repeats of that, Pumbaa finally said, Timon, go to bed. Okay, Timon said, but I'll never fall asleep if I'm still thirsty. Moments after he lay down, however, Timon was snoring. Simba smiled. If Timon can do it, I can do it, he thought. Then he closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep. He dreamed of the fun day he had with his friends and all of the adventures he would have with them tomorrow. He slept well knowing he was happy living with his friends. Over the next days, the friends realized something important. Working together, encouraging each other, and setting up routines really did make their lives better. Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa felt great. The three friends lived their carefree way of life for a very long time. They still had their motto, but they added a little twist. Living problem-free, responsibly, Hakuna Matata. The end.